Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Let's go over all the games happened on Martin Luther King Day. The first one is the Dallas Mavericks lost to Charlotte Hornets. Luka is still a couple weeks away, so Kyrie played 40 minutes, had 33 points, 3 steals, and three threes. But Kyrie, he's just never been a guy that gets a lot of assists. Even with Luka out, he gets 3 assists. So offensively, he's still mainly looking for his shots, which is fine. He's still very efficient, 8 for 9 from the line. So, can't complain too much. But it's just like he's just not running the offense like Luka is. Luka does. Daniel Gafford had a huge one. 1 steal, 7 blocks. It is against a bad Charlotte Hornets team, even though they lost 31 points. Wow, his best game of the season, 100%. Or maybe his best game in the last 3 seasons. But with him, once Derek Lively comes back, they're gonna go back to at least splitting the minutes and maybe even fewer minutes for Daniel Gafford. PJ Washington, 13 points and 9 rebounds, played okay, while Klay Thompson hit 1 3. Klay Thompson is really washed. I don't know why he only took 2 threes in this game. Played for 30 minutes. He's a 3-and-D guy at this point, but what is he shooting? All right, let's check out Klay Thompson's shooting percentage this year. Mainly his threes. Yeah, Warriors also, they're not doing so well right now. But this season, he is still shooting 38%, so that's fine. On 7.7 attempts, he's making threes a game. But yeah, his overall field goal is at 41%. So outside of threes, he's not really making a lot of twos or layups. The drop off is pretty obvious for Klay, which is kind of sad. We look at the Charlotte Hornets. LaMelo 8 for 21, 23 points, 9 assists, still on the block, 5 threes. Amazing. And with Brandon Miller out for a little while, I think Nick Smith Jr. is somebody we should be looking at. He had 19 points and 5 threes. Miles Bridges probably benefit from Brandon Miller out. So, he's a must roster. 23 points and 4 threes. I know Miles Bridges really struggled beginning of the season. Even now, he's really not doing that well. Mainly to give you some points and some threes and some efficiency. Meanwhile, Mark Williams is just popping off. Went 5 for 14 here, but that's fine. 13 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and 3 blocks. Crazy good. Mark Williams is going to be, honestly, like a top 20, 30 player rest of the season in category leagues. And he gets you a lot of blocks as well. So this is why, like during the draft, you don't really need to draft that many guys like Jokic and Embiid is a different story, right? You don't need to draft guys like Walker Kessler, for example, or Miles Turner too high. Because throughout the season, these big men, they are not, usually, right, if you're not Jokic or Embiid, you don't know how many minutes they're going to get day to day. They might struggle versus certain matchups, so they're not getting the full minutes. And you just don't know when a Mark Williams is going to pop up. Well, even though Mark Williams is probably drafted everywhere already. But they're just going to be big men. Like, you can't just pick them off the waiver wire, right? What's the guy's name? Donovan Killigan out of Portland. He might get, as we get to the end of the season, right, he might just pop off. Especially if you're looking for those rebound and blocks. But yeah. Great. He's obviously a must roster. The next one is the Rockets lost to Detroit. Oh, Detroit is for real now, which makes Sixers, because Sixers right now, they need to catch onto the Bulls. But Detroit, they're playing super well, 7-3. Yeah, crazy good, and they beat Rockets on the road, which is very impressive. Kate Cunningham had 10 turnovers, but still had 32 points. Yeah, the counting number is just crazy for Kate. Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr. hit, they're just 3-point streamers, right? Malik Beasley is definitely better than Tim Hardaway Jr. when it comes to making threes. So he took 9 threes here and hit 3 of them. So prioritize Malik Beasley. he's probably even close to a must roster. It just he's coming off the bench, so the minutes is a little bit inconsistent. Jalen Duren had the biggest game of the season, 8 for 8 against the Rockets, 4 steals and 2 blocks, 14 rebounds, 3 assists. Yeah, he's not gonna do this every game, but you can try to sell high. If you can, Tobias Harris, he also got 3 steals and 4 points. Oh, it's the Alsar Thompsons. They play each other. It's the Thompson brothers. Alsar Thompson had 9 rebounds, didn't do much else, had a block, and only 22 minutes. He's not a mud roster. He's just a streamer. While Amen Thompson played 40 minutes. Try to sell high if you can because Jabari Smith Jr. is out, right? If he does come back, he's just not going to play 40 minutes. And he also had 6 fouls. But clearly the coach loves him, right? Coach also loves Tara Eason, who had 5 steals. Yeah, they just getting Fred VanVleet with 6. Crazy stuff. Defensive battle here. Fred VanVleet also had an amazing game here. Only 2 assists. That's another thing. I think they're just running a lot of the offense through Şengün now. So the Fred VanVleet assist is just dipping and dipping. But 5 threes and 6 steals is great. Jalen Green, 19 points. Had just a mediocre game. While Emperor Şengün actually, a lot of the other guys got more minutes than him. 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 11 points. Not the best game. Şengün, we had a lot of high hopes for him. We had a lot of high hopes for Şengün coming into the season. I don't think he's delivering it, and I don't think he's really going to do it this season. Maybe not even next season, to be honest. He has a lot of potential, right? He can put up, just like Nurkic a couple years ago, a big center, then can block shots, get rebound, get steals, and get assists, right? That fantasy profile by itself is very, very exciting. He's got efficiency problems, right? He's also inconsistent. He went 5 for 14 here as well. Move on to the next one, the Timberwolves and the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies barely beat the Wolves again, 108-106. Anthony Edwards, he goes 13 for 18 from the free throw line. Just crazy bad efficiency from Anthony Edwards, to be honest. He's a young player. He's got to learn. And, not having Cat, right? You switch Cat to Julius Randle. The spacing obviously is going to be harder for him. Mike Conley started, had 8 assists. Is okay. If you need assists, sure, you could have him, stream him. But Dante is out. When Dante comes back, Mike Conley probably plays 20 minutes, 22-25. He had 25 here. Yeah, he's also pretty washed. Julius Randle had a rough game offensively. It is versus the Grizzlies. They're a great defensive team. They are a great defensive team. Missed all the threes, but had 7 assists and 2 blocks, while Jaden McDaniels filled up the stat sheet. 12 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 blocks with 11 points and a 3. That's pretty good. And Naz Reid came off the bench. And Rudy only played, while he's in a little bit foul trouble, 25 points. But yeah, I mean, Rudy is out. Naz Reid is somebody we could stream. He had a big one here, 29 points and 5 threes. But, these Timberwolves bench guys, there's no consistency in terms of the minutes because, the starters, usually they're going to get more minutes. For the Grizzlies, Ja Morant didn't even play that well. I mean, he went 5 for 16. 7 assists is nice. Didn't really shoot well from the free throw line either. Desmond Bane has been playing a lot better. 4 threes, 22 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals. If he's doing the other stuff, right, that's going to help his value by a lot. Desmond Bane on the season, he's a 43rd ranked player. So, yeah. For a guy that's getting drafted in the 3rd round, you can't complain too much. The counting numbers looked a little bit low, only 17.5 points, but he's ramping up, and he has crazy good efficiency at the moment, and he's giving you 5 assists. So all these things put together, 49% from the field and 86% from the free throw, and those are low volume, but yeah, if he ramps up, if he averages 35 minutes rest of the way, he's a top 30, top 35 player. Probably gonna hit more than 3 threes, right? He's just getting back in shape, so he could have a big second half. Jaren Jackson Jr. continues to, amazing. Team best plus 24. Because the Grizzlies bench actually didn't play well at all. Jaren Jackson Jr. I don't know what he did in the summer, but he's been amazing this year, especially offensively. He's not blocking as many shots, but who cares? Zach Edey, they keep starting him, and just give him 10 minutes, and it's working out. The Grizzlies, they are winning games in a very tough Western Conference, so they must be doing something right. The next one, Trae Young, mayor of New York, went to Knicks, lost 119-110. Trae didn't play so well. Oh, wow. 27 points, 6 threes, 6 assists, 3 steals and block is still amazing. And while Dyson Daniels continues to impress. 3 steals and a block, just averaging for him. Good efficiency. Had 6 fouls, but, great. And, whoa, look at that. They started Okongwu. And Okongwu now, he is a must roster. Must roster. He's a center that actually can shoot threes as well. He gets a bunch of defensive stats, just can do everything, right? 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals here, 14 points. Absolutely must roster. Jalen Johnson continues to struggle. 12 rebounds is fine, 4 assists is okay, and a block, 11 points. Yeah, he's a team worst, minus 13. I don't know if his shoulder is messing him up, but yeah, let's give him a couple more games. Before he got hurt, he's playing very, very well. DeAndre Hunter came off the bench at played 30 minutes. If you need points and threes, he's a perfect guy. 22 points and 4 threes. But right now, Bogdanovic is only getting 15. So I don't know if he has value moving forward. They also, Ricochet was out. A couple other guys were out. And Bogdanovic, look, he only played 15 minutes. If Bogdanovic ever started playing well, he's a guy that could get 27, 28 minutes. And that comes out of DeAndre Hunter. So it's kind of like whoever is playing well, we're gonna go with that guy type of situation. For the New York Knicks, Jalen Brunson had a big one. 34 points, 3 threes, 6 assists, but somehow went 7 for 11. Cat came back, played 36 minutes, struggled shooting the basketball. I think Cat, he's got a thumb-based shoot. That might impact his shooting. So maybe the next couple games, right, he may not be that efficient, but maybe he's going to look to pass more. I don't know. Maybe the Hawks is a great defensive team, or Cat had the off night. Mikal Bridges, for whatever reason, played just 27 minutes. Did he get hurt? No, he did not get hurt. Why did he only play 27 minutes? Very curious why OG Anunoby and Josh Hart. Josh Hart continues to be amazing, man. 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Yeah, great from the field, 7 for 12, and 14 points. Yeah, I don't know why Mikal Bridges played just 27. They gave a lot of minutes to Cameron Payne and Miles McBride. Some of the minutes to him. I'm not too worried, just one game. But something to keep your eyes on. The next one, oh my God, the Phoenix Suns. Yeah, they're just not competitive versus top teams. They got absolutely destroyed, 92, 111, 118. Well, Nick Richards, we need to roster him. They are starting him. He had 5 fouls. But if it wasn't for the fouls, he probably played 25, 28 minutes, which I think playing on this team with Devin Booker and KD, he's going to get a lot of easy looks, and obviously he's going to get his rebounds and blocks. So he needs to be rostered. Obviously a rough game here. Devin Booker and KD both had a rough game. Devin Booker, because Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, they're not great defenders. Yeah. But Devin Booker is able, their defensive scheme probably works really well, because you can see Devin Booker only took 14 shots. Tyus Jones, 3 threes, 4 assists. He's really low end. If you need assists, you can keep him, but some games he doesn't even get 30 minutes. And even when he plays, he has super low usage. So, but, still giving you assist, which is also actually part of usage. So I take that back. He's going to get some assists, but he's not going to take that many shots. Ryan Dunn and Royce O'Neal and Grayson Allen, all the 3-and-D guys, when everybody's healthy, it's hard to know who's going to play minutes. So if they have a back-to-back, or they have 3 games in 4 nights, those guys, if you need threes in defense, yeah, you could stream these guys. While Bradley Beal plays just 24 minutes, he's not droppable, but they got to figure out the deal and send him away, right? Everybody played bad. He was a minus 25, and he's 25 minutes. You look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, only 24 minutes, for Darius Garland, and he had 16 points, 7 assists, and 3 steals and 3-3. He's just playing well every single game, super consistent, putting up really good numbers. He's been amazing this year. While Donovan Mitchell, another great one, 33 points, 4 threes, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, and a steal. But Donovan is just not going to be the same guy last year where everybody was out. So he's able to average, super high usage, right? But this year, I think he's still getting a lot of the defensive stats. And Donovan Mitchell is a 27th ranked player. So not the worst thing, averaging 1.4 steals and 3.7 threes. But the problem is those two categories, you can get them on the waiver wire easy. If let's say if he were getting like average, instead of getting 1.4 steal, let's say 1 steal and 7 assists, or instead of 3.7 threes, right, you averaging 27, 28 points. That actually, that's actually more value. It's just the two categories. It's just on the waiver wire. A lot of guys shoot threes and play D, but it's still good. At least he's playing, and he's only turning the ball over twice. Jarrett Allen, and they don't even have Mobley. Jarrett Allen did his thing in 22 minutes. That's another problem with the Cavaliers. They're so good that a lot of games they don't play the fourth quarter, so the guys are getting fewer minutes. The next one is the Celtics just destroyed the Warriors. Just destroyed them. I think they beat them by 40 points? Yeah, this Warriors team, man, they need to make some changes. Jrue Holiday, 10 points, yeah. Derrick White had a good one. 1 steal and 3 blocks, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 threes. While Tatum also got his 22 points, 7 assists, and 2 steals and 3 threes. Yeah, Tatum, he's putting up great numbers this year. But he's not in the MVP conversation, not even close. So that tells you, I think that is telling. When you watch the Celtics game, at least when I watch, Jason Tatum's job is, I don't want to say easy, but when you have Porzingis, Derrick White, Jrue Holiday, Jaylen Brown, first of all, the spacing is crazy. So you're always gonna get your best matchup, right? And then you can just cook with a lot of space. And he also has, just crazy good supporting cast. I think, you put a lot of other guys in Jason Tatum's shoes. And it's clear, like, his playmaking also improved, I would say. From years in the past, he got 7 assists here. But to be honest, like, you look at guys like Peyton Pritchard, right? He's more than capable of scoring 20 points. There's so many killers on this team. So that, those assists, if you really have to break it down, a lot of it is just kick out, right? And you have guys shooting 40% from 3. Before you know it, you already racked up 5-6 assists. You make 20 passes, you get 6-7 assists out of it. Jaylen Brown, also 17 points, 1 3. Jaylen Brown is not playing well. But again, they just have too many guys. Kristaps Porzingis is healthy. Al Horford played 20 minutes, right? Peyton Pritchard only played 22. When everybody's healthy, he's just not going to get 30 minutes unless, something weird happens. For the Warriors, Steph Curry 18 points, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Steph Curry was minus 15, while the rest of the squad was like Dennis Schroeder played 17 minutes, minus 30. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the roster, they're like Celtics just dominant. Yeah. And they also don't have Draymond Green. So what is Warriors doing? They really gotta, they're wasting Curry. Just look at the starting lineup that they put out there. Andrew Wiggins goes 1 for 11. My God. They traded Dennis Schroeder, but he's not playing well. All right, move on to the next game. We have the New Orleans Pelicans and the Utah Jazz. Well, 119, 123. Those are the two of the worst NBA team in the West, at least. The Pelicans actually have crazy upside. It's just the injuries this year. And how about Isaiah Collier? He needs to be rostered. Well, actually, a lot of guys popped off. We don't know when Colin Sexton is going to be back, but for now, he's the must roster. 20 points, 11 assists, and 1 3. It's pretty crazy good numbers. Keontae George, since he came back, well, his shooting is still bad, 6 for 20, but at least he's not turning the ball over. 23 points, 2 threes, 7 assists is actually great. He's playing a lot better. Walker Kessler is still doing his thing, 19 points, 13 rebounds. As long as he's getting minutes, he's a top 40, 50 player. Right? Depending on how many blocks he's going to get. If he get 3 blocks that week, probably top 20, 30. He's very consistent getting those numbers. Svi started, hit 4 threes. We could stream him. And Kyle Filipowski, he had 17 rebounds off the bench, but I don't really trust him. Bryce, he played 24. If you need points, right, you could definitely stream him. But this Jazz team, you just don't know when those guys are going to get back. Lauri Markkanen, Jordan Clarkson, Colin Sexton, right? Those are. I forgot about John Collins. Where has he been? For the New Orleans Pelicans, DeJounte Murray and CJ McCollum. Wow, DeJounte Murray, again, 8 for 24. I'm waiting for a game he shoots over 50%. That hasn't happened in the last, I don't know. But he had a triple-double. That's still great in terms of counting numbers. CJ popped off with 44 points, 5 threes. CJ has been kind of volatile. One game he plays super well like this, another game he goes 2 for 14 and have 8 points. Trey Murphy, in my opinion, Trey Murphy is a big sell high, big sell high. You have all these guys out. And where's Zion? He played one game and disappeared. Trey Murphy played 44 minutes, 4 threes, 2 assists, 2 blocks. Amazing, yeah. He's a legit top 25 player right now, but when all the guys come back, he's just not going to get this level of minutes and usage, and keep saying that, but the guys just keep missing games. Where has Brandon Ingram been? They're just not playing these guys. I mean, honestly, the same risk apply to Trey Murphy as well. If he gets hurt, you may not hear from him for like a month. The last game of the night, Chicago Bulls went to the Clippers. Actually, that's pretty impressive. They beat the Clippers. Lonzo Ball got the start because Kobe White is out. 1-3, 3 steals in a block, and 3 assists. That's pretty good. He's gonna have bad efficiency and very low points. But if you can look past that, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, he does a lot on the court. So Josh Giddey played 40 minutes, had a triple-double almost. That's pretty good. And Zach LaVine continues to just, he's trying very, very hard. Maybe that helps his trade value. 35 points, 5 threes. And a lot of teams could really use Zach LaVine. For example, I think the Warriors could use him for sure. Hopefully he gets, same thing with Bradley Beal. These guys and Jimmy Butler, right? These guys, they need to get traded. What are they doing? Otherwise, it's just, although Zach LaVine, if he's fantasy owner, you're not too upset. Vucevic, how about Vucevic? 6 for 15, but 3 steals in the block and 4 assists. Very happy with that as well. We look at the Clippers, James Harden, another guy that, when I look at him, he shoots sub 30% so often that it's crazy. 17 points, 10 assists is great, but 5 turnovers are still in the block. This team, they did not have Kawhi. So Norman Powell had 27 points and 3 threes, but also struggled from the field. They don't have Zubac, so it's just a weird game from the Clippers. I will say, though, Harden was a minus 31, horrible game here. I will say Harden has played a lot of games this year. He's kind of like Norman Powell too, but given Harden's age, he didn't have a big injury yet, so that's good. That's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.